Here's HealthWise with Karen McKay.
Since the CDC says alcohol increases the risk of different types of cancer, why is there no warning label on alcohol like there is on cigarettes? That's a question posed by Dr. Anna Grumman, a behavioral scientist at Stanford.
So I think that warning labels could be a benefit to consumers in providing information at just that moment when we need it most. Most Americans are not aware of this link between alcohol and cancer.
Although warning labels have been on U.S. alcohol products since 1989, she says it refers to pregnancy risks, but nothing specific. However, the CDC is very clear about what alcohol does to the body. First, it recommends no more than moderate drinking, which would be up to 2 drinks a day for men and no more than 1 drink a day for women. Beyond that, the CDC says the body breaks down alcohol into a chemical called acetaldehyde, which damages the DNA and prevents the body from repairing the damage. As a result, the CDC says drinking more than that moderate amount of alcohol raises the risk of developing any of these cancers of the mouth and throat, colon and rectum, voice box or larynx, liver, the esophagus, and breast cancer in women. A study in Canada reports that when labels there were updated beyond citing the risk to pregnancy, adding that alcohol brings a potential risk for cancer, alcohol sales dropped by 6%.